Hello big peeps, mkufiti kama dawa, they call me VDJ Kevo Pondis, aka Ulebo Duvto Wazidu, aka Ulebo Lekuwan against. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Today I'm solo riding. Kama mnajua solo riding inamaanisha I'm alone, but don't worry, I've got you covered manze. We have amazing conversation coming through right about now. Shout out to all the people wanyameingia pale Spotify, watungu wa Audio Mark. Shout out to all of you. By the way, you guys, nilisema we have a new mix intro manze. I'll be playing it hapa. Tutacheza mpaka mchoke nayo you guys. Make sure mna support, tuingia pale TikTok, piga like. Yo, by the way, on TikTok at VDJKevo7. I have a backup account at VDJKevo Pondis on TikTok. Then on IG at VDJKevo Pondis or VDJKevo254. Ingia pale search, nifuate Facebook at VDJKevo Pondis. Kama dawa. That's how we do it. Isn't a platform and say you can get me. And again, namba yangu si mnajua mko nayo. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before anything else, let's introduce the show. This is... Check you guys, I need you people to gonga vi serious this year.
Oh my god.
Mutapata kijana kwa Isamu.
Anasema ni Spotify.
Welcome to Pondis podcast.
Oh my god.
You guys, we are on Spotify and on Audio Mark.
My point is you can't love someone in seconds.
Minta kupiga hug you guys, we sit, we eat, or whatever, we have a good time.
This is Pondis podcast, where we give you nothing but the truth.
All right, amazing. Welcome back, you guys. Pondis podcast kama kawa, each and every day we have, niliambia each and every day kutakuwa na pale episode on Spotify and on Audio Mark. And as always, kama dawa, I've got you covered. And leo kama kawa, siongushangi, we have amazing topics coming through. Juzi, we were talking about marriages kuingia mtaro, and you guys had different takes. Niliambiwa manze pia nikiwa pale live TikTok. All of us have different takes when it comes to marriage, divorce and separation. Either way, you guys, for me personally, nilisema na nitarudia, marriages for me are so overrated. I don't think I would marry, or I don't envision myself being in a marriage setting. Marriage mingi uingia mtaro, and at these whatever particular time inakuanga tricky sana kupata a partner who can love you vile inafaa. You guys mnajua vile inamaanisha. It is so hard. Curtain. Tan. Yeah, by the marriages wingi ya mtaro yangu yote. Marriages wingi ya mtaro. I've seen marriages not working and I've seen others working. So we shouldn't generalize vitu zote, but either way, me personally, me feel marriages wingi ya mtaro. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, before I do anything, let me introduce the mix intro. Nimwambia we did a mix intro, so make sure you support manze. Si mniallow tu nicheze the mix intro manze. Mniallow to play the mix intro, then we come back. Amazing stories. Hello. Si mnajua solo ride na ride peke yangu manze, si wangu shagi. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, introducing for the very second time here on the pod, introducing my mix intro. Tell me what you think about the mix intro. Alafu I've got you covered. 0103 0062 63 0103 006263 0103 0062 63. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing my mix intro for the very first second time here on the pod. Tell me what you think about this jump. That's what I'm talking about.
Kevo Pondis.
Let's keep interacting on Facebook at VDJKevoEA, on TikTok at VDJKevo7, and on Instagram at VDJKevo254.
Kevo Pondis.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the new mix intro. Tell me what you think about this jam, you guys.
They call me VDJ Kevo Pondis. Street
the new mix intro. Sijui kwa akili yangu bwana. Kevo. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure unaingia pale unapiga support vile inafaa. That is the new mix intro, you guy. Tuko rada producer. Kuna kitu siski. I don't know why siski. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, let's confirm mbona hii side ingine mski. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is the mix intro. Can I repeat that for you? You guys, can I just repeat? Yo, I love this intro. Mwanzo sijaifanya. Yo, this intro kitendo nibamba ni the creativity in it. Creativity that I came with it. Actually, it's a whole storyline. Whatever I've done, it's a whole storyline. Jaribu kusikiza tena alafu tell me what you think. Nitawachosha na hii, ladies and gentlemen.
Pondis.
Let's keep interacting on Facebook at VDJ Kevo EA, on TikTok at VDJ Kevo 7, and on Instagram at VDJ Kevo 254.
Kevo Pondis. They call me VDJ Kevo Pondis. Straight out of Pondis. Entertainment. Kevo.
Hello, welcome back ndani ya Pondis podcast. Kama leo, kama kawa, kama dawa, you know the conversation is starting right now. Tuliongelea story all through about marriage, divorce and separation. What do you think? Personally, mimi mwanzo I've seen a lot of marriages zikiingia mtaro. We've seen, especially celebrities, we've seen kina Maria Prud na Willis Raburo. We've seen King Kaka Nana Witi. We've seen kina Mungai Eve and director Trevor. But here ikukuaga marriage per se. We've seen people ambao wamejaribu kuingia into situationships which don't work per se. But leo we're talking about something different. We're talking about now our partners or watu ambao tumekuwa nao kwa hii marriage imeingia mtaro being entitled kupata do whatever assets we've built together. The latest story ni Njugush and Wakavinje. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, Wakavinje moved to court manze, you know, akisema anataka 50% shares ama share to get of all those assets ambazo wali get pamoja. You guy, story ya marriage ni ngumu nikiwaambia. Hey, wacha nisiongee but you know, najua I'm not married and sitaki kuingilia ati watu ambao mko married per se, but ikitu ikiingia mtaro I feel like sorry for that, I feel like it's ladies who think they are entitled to get what hey, pole ladies and gentlemen, I've seen something amazing here. Kenyans mtanimada, either way some things that are so amazing hapa producer alikuwa amesahau kuitoa, but either way I don't know why ladies feel entitled after divorce, after separation, to getting a share of what you as a man have invested, have built for all those particular time. Unaweza pata udem ame come through, ushajenga, you have your own car, you know, and easy assets zingine you acquire along the way. They feel entitled or they think that kama see how you couldn't have gotten that. And I've never understood that, you know. Why is it a case? So kama umekuwa hapo nje and you've maybe here and there caught yourself in this particular situation, let me know. Why do ladies feel entitled to get a share of a man's wealth or assets or anything a man has acquired while they've been through the whole marriage setting. That's why for me, I think if I get into marriage in the future, I think now prenups for me will be a thing. Hey, si ati unakuja hapa marriage inaingia mtaro, then you demand to get 50% of what I've worked through all my life. You guys. So ladies and gentlemen, nataka tusikize story ya Njugush na Sele. Then you know, as you all know, niliongelelea juzi marriage yao iliingia mtaro yao yote. You know, things are not happening. Someone allegedly was being commongled with their nail tech and the other partner. So kidogo they separated last year. Okay, this is according to what Njugush wrote on his timeline. They separated last year October, but tunajua hii marriage iliingia mtaro kitambo. You guys, ladies and gentlemen, kwanza acha tusikize mtu hapa alafu I make you understand this whole situation. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Producer, ukiwa ready, chaza nayo hiyo. Alafu just to remind you, in case you want to support the pod, in case you are listening from any part of this globe and you would want to support this podcast, we have our WhatsApp number +2541 0300 62 63 +2541 03 00 62 63. Let me repeat that in case you didn't get it. +254 103 00 62 63. Make sure you come through. You can WhatsApp, then we know how well you can come through for this pod. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to something. Then it will give us a whole idea of what I want us to talk about. Marriage ikiingia mtaro. Why do women feel entitled to get a share of what the man has worked for? Unaweza pata udema alikuwa tu housewife, unamlisha. Okay, sitaki kusound a bit misogynistic, but unamlisha, you know, you are doing everything practically. Unamlisha, unamvisha, they are just there as a normal housewife. So ladies and gentlemen, let's listen in to skie. I want us to listen to this because apparently Sele moved to court to challenge ama to at least get a share of the entire nini. I'll be reading what Sele said then, but let's listen in kwa this particular clip, then we come back, have a take to discuss kitu vile inafaa. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Listen in, then when you come back, you know, tuongelele kitu kidogo.
Njugush na Wakavinye wameperekana kwa koti leo, alafu Wakavinye akapatwa na shock of his entire life because alikuwa ana expect mali igawanywe 50-50%, but hiyo haiku happen. Why? Because Njuguna alienda akachukua magari, zile super metro buses, zile tatu zenye alikuwa amenunua, Range Rover yenye alikuwa amenunua, ile shamba walikuwa wamejenga Roiro, wakajenga kimansion kikubwa, a 5-bedroom mansion, na other business assets, akazichukua akaziregister kwa jina ya mamake mzazi instead ya kuandika hapo Celestine Dinda. So wakiwa pale kwa koti, wakati hii nini zote zimesomwa, properties za Njugush hazijafika shilingi 1,200. Girimaga na Mary hazijafika. Njugush na Wakavinye wameperekana kwa koti leo.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, kidogo tu. I want us to understand this. So Wakavinye went to court, ladies and gentlemen. Wakavinye went to court to challenge. I'll be reading what Wakavinye posted. So this is now what Celestine Dinda, aka what we know as Wakavinye, wrote. Wakavinye says, I just want to read this particular post. Quote unquote, that is exactly what she has told us. I moved to court to seek rightful share of the property jointly acquired with Njugush, only to discover that all the title deeds and logbooks had been registered to his mother's name without my knowledge. I'm demanding my rightful share, and I will fight for it to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, mnanipata? This, let me repeat in case you didn't get that. This is what Wakavinye has posted, said. I moved to court to seek my rightful share of the property jointly acquired with Njugush, only to discover that all the title deeds and logbooks had been registered to his mother's name without my knowledge. I'm demanding my rightful share, and I will fight for it to the end. There was a number of things, Kavinye wanted. So either way, I want us just to listen to one particular beat here and there's Ghetto Radio. Nataka tusikie tu. This has caused a lot of reactions online. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to play some clip from Ghetto Radio to see these ghetto guys were saying about history. Either way, let's listen in, then we'll come back. Itakuwa discussion normal sana because we have to say this. I don't feel why women or ladies feel entitled to a man's property. Mwanaume umetoile stuff, struggle through thick and thin. Manzelafu dem anakuja anasema they want 50%. I'm usually against that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen into this clip from Ghetto Radio. Then when we come back, tuangalie a number of comments here and there. Hello.
A rightful share of property acquired with Njugush. Underline jointly acquired, underlined with Njugush. Only to discover that the title deeds and logbooks, underline title deeds and logbooks, had been registered in his mother's name without my knowledge. Akasema hivi Wakavinya, I will fight in court to the end. Is Wakavinya getting into a fair or unfair fight?
Unajua Njugush alikuwa shaona Wakavinya 18.
Okay.
Lakini Wakavinya alikuwa anaona ngati fula. Lakini nipoa wife kubebe ndogo kejani.
Wife alikuwa na kamkiu kamili.
Wife alikuwa na
kamkiu kala kulingana
na situation. Yes, kulingana na situation. Alafu anakuuma kama panya akikupuli. Yes. Sisi wanaume we are focusing.
So wamekuwa pamoja. It is evident tumeona wakifanya ma content pamoja. In short wana work. So mkifanya content pamoja kila mtu ana generate kitu, si ndio?
Yeah.
So hizo vitu zili generate together, wakaanza kugrow, kwenda kwa nyumba poa, kupata watoto. Sasa zile kwa vinyali kwa na ball, analea watoto wa Njugush, anarudi anakapoa, anafanya biz pamoja. Labda alikuwa anatumwa Wakavinya huku, anaenda huku, anafanya hivi, wanafanya shughuli pamoja and they made money. So anybody can assume kuwa joint effort ilileta hiyo do. Basi sasa do ikikuja wakiseparate, moja anachukua yote, moja apate. Don't you think she has a fair chance? A fair fight?
Wakavinya kuwa na kitu pale bwana. Pesa ni ya Njuguna. Nani ndo creative pale? Unajua maji sasa imefika mahali sasa hii. Kama wewe ni youthman, kama uko na bibi kwa nyumba na mjazaa watoto na mnapanga kuzaa watoto, tafadhali make sure umeenda ushago, chambua kisogo ya babu vizuri, kisogo ya nyanya, angalia usura vizuri kabisa. Ndio saa zile utapea huyu mtu mimba, akizaa chukua mtoto aenda na yeye ocha, differentiate that head.
So nataka kusema watoto.
So ladies and gentlemen, a reaction in mob actually from a lot of people, but personally mimi as a person, mimi as Kevo, what I think, the mastermind behind the wealth, he is the rightful owner. If you are the mastermind behind these whole kupata dough and stuff, if you are the mastermind, I feel like wealth belongs to you. And again, in history iko tumeona ikiongelelewa manze, and yo, shout out to all the men manze. We as men are proud of Njugush. If that is the case, we are proud of Njugush, because again, why do women feel entitled? Vile ujamaa amesema this other person, na feel Njugush saw this way back, because kuna time, and I repeat, na nilisema kwa the previous episode, my favorite radio host, podcaster Emmanuel Kisiangani hinted about divorce ya not divorce, marriage ya Njugush na Sele kuingia mtaro a while back, even last year somewhere kwa katikati. Emmanuel Kisiangani hinted, and people didn't take him seriously. Unajua alisema ni kama hii relationship ya Njugush na Sele inaingia mtaroni. You guys, tukisema kuingia mtaro tunamaanisha ku-end. I'm not laughing because of this separation. Either way, I'm just laughing because ejina mtaro tunaitumia sana, you guys. But on behalf of all men, manze, we are proud of Njugush. Yo, because I don't see the need why this particular woman feels the need ya yeye kupata shares to what the man has worked for. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at this from a very normal, amazing perspective. Ni hii I feel like we all knew Njugush kitambo from Real Househelps of Kawangware and Apakule News all back akiwa pale Kenya Mass, that particular college. So we knew him akiwa Kenya Mass, tumejua ki struggle. Then later on, then we came to know about Wakavinye. From there now, after alitoka on TV, the Real Househelps of Kawangware ndio, now we started seeing lots of Wakavinye. First alikuwa behind the camera, then later on as things are progressing akakam mbele ya camera. But I feel like I don't know why this now I might sound unpopular for this, but I don't think women should be entitled to anything a man has worked for, a man has, because looking at it, Njugush has, okay, we don't know, but basically a man provides. You provide for the house rents, you provide for the food, school fees, medical cover, anything coming through in that particular marriage. That is the man's responsibility. Are you getting it? So that is I feel like the man works a lot to get to where they have gotten this particular marriage mpaka mahali imefika. So why do women now feel like, I was invested in it as much as I could? Okay, the only thing maybe I can say, maybe in terms of content, because they were doing a number of things pamoja, from the skits as Njugush, then later on to now Sele becoming her own brand. Before, I understand Sele wasn't in the map as as a content creator. Then she came in later on, because previously she was just the camera person for Njugush. Then later on she became the voice behind the camera. Then Kenyans demanded, ni aje tutaka kuona huyo mtu anakuanga nyuma ya camera. Then she came into that space. Njugush helped Sele build the character of Wakavinye. Kama umefollow story yao, mini fan manze. Mini fan of the Big Six, mini fan of Feel It, mini fan of Njugush Creatives. So I've been through the journey. Looking back, na feel Njugush helped. Na Kibi alisema hivi on the previous episode. Kama hujasikia, go back to the episode Marriage Kuingia Mtaro. Go back there, skiza. Njugush alisema, na I repeat, not Kibi alisema, pia yana feel like Njugush made Wakavinye, because in terms of now showbiz, in terms of content, Njugush introduced Sele to content. Then I come introduced now to doing YouTube videos, Sele's YouTube channel, Sele's Reflection. Then they did a number of things together here and there. The show Through Thick and Thin, TTNT. Then and again, but they're talking about TTNT. We know there's a TTNT somewhere in August. I don't know if he is to ni kiki or if it's serious. Kama ni kiki, yet to see how this will turn out. And again, kama ni vako, kama ni serious will inform. Kama ni kiki, we want to see how it turns out. Kama ni serious, I don't know how the show will go about, because you kama the show itakuwa cancelled or whatever. But let me now get to this particular level of reasoning I want to get to. Njugush as a brand made Sele a brand. Yo, niliambia vile mimi nilikuwa napenda by the way manze pale on YouTube ya Sele na Njugush. That thing killed me. Na immediately, nakumbuka niliambia, I told Nimrod, immediately they stopped doing by the way YouTube azikuwa zina come, they were not doing zile challenge za kawaida pale, a lot of things they were not doing together. Nikambia Nimrod, hii marriage ni kama imeingia mtaro you guy. either way, whether imeingia mtaro or not, I feel like marriages, okay, najua last time I was so negative about the whole story of marriage, because personally I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in the importance of a woman. I don't. Me the only importance na cheki for a woman ni maybe watoi peke yake, but any other thing a man can get. Kukomonga you can komonga as much as you want. Getting kids, you can get kids na other women, but I don't see the importance of having a wife kwa hao. And as I said, manze, me don't envision myself marrying or having a wife or any sort of that thing. But hiyo ni kubaya, your design ni mbaya mzee, tumejaa ngori you guy. It is what it is. Again, marriages ingia mtaro, it's a normal thing. We've seen marriages ikiingia mtaro yao yote. And again, I don't want to sound as bad kidogo, but I know marriages ingia mtaro. Sometimes here and there things work, things don't work, but who are we to judge? The same way vile nilisema, in as much as marriages ingia mtaro, even normal friendships kuna zenye ziingia mtaro, normal relationships, sibling, family and stuff, kuna zenye ziingia mtaro, situationships ziingia mtaro. Inamaanisha relationship, not all relationships were meant to work, and that's what I want people to know. It doesn't mean it was meant to work. It is not supposed to work. It is not like a must for it to work. But again, looking at it, me, I prefer being, I prefer leaving the relationship or leaving the marriage. I prefer just, I've seen something here, but I prefer, kama ni mbaya, if the marriage is toxic, if the relationship is toxic, if whatever situationship you are in is toxic, it doesn't give you peace, it doesn't give you love, it doesn't make you feel appreciated, respected. For me, I feel if you are in that particular situationship, relationship, marriage, leave, just leave, manze. It is, see, hold on, because sometimes holding on hurts you more. Holding on inakupatia a lot of scars that you'll never heal. Personally, I didn't, na ini nilisema after the separation with my partner, I wasn't even, sikuwa hata na envision manze living without this particular person. But ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Immediately now, living, meeting new people, going to new places, new environments, new cultures, new areas, and I realized I'm growing more without this particular person. I don't feel sort of how do I put it, fixed in some particular corners. After my separation with my partner, I grew more. Vile niliambia, I grew more, I explored more, I've met more people, more networks, and I feel like ningekuwa probably tungekuwa na yeye bado kidogo ningekuwa in that village town, maybe doing the normal routine, kuamka kwenda place flani, coming back some weekend to just do some radio and TV shows somewhere in my previous media station. I feel like the pattern ingekuwa the same. But now after the separation, look at me now, the pod is running, manze. Everything, I feel like it's coming into place. We are now building a bigger brand. And either way, ladies and gentlemen, nilisema some relationships are not supposed to work. And that doesn't mean that you kill yourself over it, you guy, manze. If it doesn't work, if it's not supposed to work, move on, find something else to do. But again, my take of the day, and I want men to know this, this is specifically for men. I repeat, invest in yourselves more. You know what? Every man needs a woman who he can die for. But that same man needs a band of brothers who he can die with. Invest in male energy, invest in male friendship, invest in male networks. Manze, let's grow each other first. Then kidogo, relationships, women come later. But invest in growth, grow yourself as a person, grow yourself in a farm. And for people getting into marriages right now, and maybe some of us will get into marriages later on, I feel like prenups are a very important thing to do. because nowadays I feel like some women are there just to ananiambia acha nikae kidogo to divorce alafu nipate half of. There are men who have lost everything because of these divorces. There are men paying monthly upkeeps to some failed relationships here and there. Dear men, and I'm talking to dear men manze. This is Pondis podcast. Na kama kawa mi usema, this is where we give you nothing but the truth. Umenipata? Dear men, don't, manze, prenups are so important manze. Have some level of written agreements in case he marriage ingie mtaro. Now we can do this and this and this. Umenipata? Either way, it is not supposed to work. It wasn't meant to work like Villeneuve. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, you know my take. You know what I think about whole arrangement. It is not supposed to work. Some things here and there fail. But one thing that we need to do, work on yourselves as men. Invest in yourself. Then, later on, other things come through. But invest in yourself first. And if you think about getting into marriage right now, ladies and gentlemen, I will advise manze, your prenup ni very important. Have some level of written agreements in case of marriage ingie mtaro. Tunaweza split hii na hii design. Either way, marriages, I don't know if they work. Vile Rono alisema, personally again, I concur na feel marriage ubamba mafala. Either way, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pondis podcast. Nakawa by the kama uko married manze, don't take it don't take this personally. That's again what I feel. And good thing about enjoying freedom of expression manze, this is now according to me. So, don't get it twisted. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pondis podcast. Either way, tunaipiga vile inafaa. And you know what? Any solo ride mtiango. Marriages zingi ya mtaro. But I still don't think women should be entitled to what the man has built over the years. You guy, I'm ending the show on this particular note. You women, manze, tafuta pia your own investment manze. Don't be those particular type of women. The only thing you're bringing into the table is your legs or nyash or whatever I want to say. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, we are ending right on this note. Kumbuka, we are on Spotify, we are on Audiomack. Manzingia pale, like, do something amazing. Isonga kisonga, ladies and gentlemen, Pondis podcast kama kao, we kill it. Vile inafa low. Kama unaipenda, hit the follow button, comment, share. Again, you can support the pod. Vile inafa. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, from me to you. See you on the next episode. Boom! VDJ Kevo Pondis is my name. Mindo ule boy do always do. Mindo of the fashion king. Na mimi ndo ule boy madhako alikuona against. See you on the next one. Hello solo ride Zandia. Goodbye. See you on the tomorrow's episode. Najua utapenda your design. Take you guys, I need you people to gonga vi serious this year.
Oh my god.
Mutapata kijana kuroisamu.
Anasema ni Spotify.
Welcome to Pondis podcast.
Oh my god.
You guys, we are on Spotify and on Audiomack.
My point is, you can't love someone in seconds.
Minta kupiga hug you guy, we sit, we eat, or whatever, we have a good time.
This is Pondis podcast, where we give you nothing but the truth.